In 2008, the world lost an incredible talent who left an indelible mark on cinema before his life was cut devastatingly short at just 28 years old. Today we'll be looking at the extraordinary, tragically brief story and career of Heath Ledger, from his early days as a rising star to his iconic final role, exploring what made him such a gifted actor and how he came to have such an enduring impact in such a short time. By the end, you'll have a deeper understanding of Ledger's talents and legacy, and appreciation for the mark he left even with only a fraction of his potential, realised before his loss. From his breakout role in 10 Things I Hate About You to his posthumous Oscar for The Dark Knight's Joker, it's a story of brilliance found and lost far too abruptly.
From a young age, Heath Ledger had an adventurous spirit. As a boy growing up in Perth, Australia, he spent his days immersed in varied interests, playing hockey, challenging friends to chess matches, and even caring for the pet kangaroo his mother had rescued. But when his parents split up when Heath was just 11 years old, he found solace in school plays, drawn to the stage that allowed him to inhabit colourful characters and explore new worlds. Bitten by the acting bug, Heath dove headfirst into local theatre and television, determined to master his budding craft. The teenage heartthrob scored various roles in Australian TV shows, displaying the natural talent and magnetism that would become his trademark. But Heath yearned for more, to challenge himself on the greatest stage of all in Hollywood. So with adventurous ambition, the young Aussie made his way to LA in 1999, ready to take on the competitive industry. The young Aussie's career took off quickly in Hollywood. His breakout role came as Patrick Verona in the 1999 teen comedy 10 Things I Hate About You, a modern adaptation of Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew. With his charm and talent on full display, Ledger won over audiences and critical praise, showing his star potential. More opportunities came his way, including 2000's patriotic drama The Patriot opposite Mel Gibson and 2001's medieval adventure A Knight's Tale, where his leading man abilities became undeniable. Ledger was building a name for himself in Hollywood and seemed destined for greatness. Fact hit number 1. Did you know Heath disliked his performance as the titular character in 2000 Maeve's Casanova? He felt he took the wrong approach to the role. In 2005, Heath Ledger took on the role that would redefine his career, playing cowboy Ennis Del Mar in the groundbreaking film Brokeback Mountain. As a rugged ranch hand engaged in a secret love affair with another man, Ledger had to delve deep emotionally. His performance was intimate and powerful, conveying so much through subtle expressions. Critics praised Ledger's ability to make Ennis's repression and anguish profoundly felt. The risks Ledger took as this character resonated widely. Brokeback Mountain earned rave reviews and became a cultural phenomenon as a mainstream gay romance. During a time when LGBTQ films rarely gained traction, this small emotional drama broke barriers, and Ledger's work was central to its impact. His restrained longing made the film so affecting. At just 26 years old, he showcased such depth and vulnerability. Ledger received a flood of Best Actor nominations, including at the Oscars and Golden Globes. It was a career-defining performance that earned him respect as a serious, talented actor with range beyond his years. While working on location filming Brokeback Mountain, Ledger met actress Michelle Williams, who played his character's wife. The long shoot allowed sparks to fly between the co-stars. Williams later said Ledger touched her with his kindness early on, showing interest in her craft soon after they met. Away from the cameras, their chemistry blossomed into a real romance. When filming ended, Ledger and Williams moved in together in Brooklyn. After years of serial Hollywood dating, Ledger seemed to have found anchored happiness with Williams. In 2005, they welcomed a daughter named Matilda, embracing new chapters as partners and parents. Ledger relished fatherhood. It was a stabilizing contrast to the intensity of his work. Tragically, after several loving years together, Ledger and Williams separated in 2007. But Ledger still considered Williams the love of his life till his death, remaining close while co-parenting Matilda. Inspired by his experience on Brokeback Mountain, Ledger founded a record label called Masses Music in 2007 to support indie musicians. Through the label, he produced music videos for artist friends, including singer-songwriter Ben Harper. Ledger brought an artist's eye to his video directing, experimenting with visual styles and new techniques like long uncut takes. His passion for chess also influenced his directing ambitions. Ledger dreamed of adapting the novel The Queen's Gambit into a film one day about a chess prodigy's rise and self-destruction. Sadly, this creative goal went unrealized. But Ledger was clearly drawn to complex subject matter that he could craft with care and vision through directing. Even in its early stages, Ledger's work behind the camera demonstrated sensitivity and patience, developing stories that resonated with him personally. Tragically, Ledger wouldn't live to see his directorial promise blossom. Fact hit number 2, Ledger turned down the coveted role of Spider-Man in 2002's blockbuster, believing he wasn't right for the part. Ledger's final completed film role would become his most legendary, Batman's arch-nemesis, the Joker, in 2008's The Dark Knight. To craft such an iconic villain with psychological depth, Ledger isolated himself for months beforehand, keeping a diary filled with disturbing scrawlings that reflected the Joker's twisted mindset to inspire his performance. By the time filming began, Ledger had meticulously developed the Joker's every eccentric physical tic and the unstable vocal style that felt straight out of a nightmare. The results were startling. As the Joker, Ledger burned the character's maniacal intensity into viewers' minds with an Oscar-winning tour de force. This fresh take made Batman's eternal foe feel real and terrifying, elevating the comic book adaptation to a crime drama with weight and gritty stakes. Ledger disappeared fully into the role. It was hard to connect this demonic agent of chaos back to the actor himself. In one of his final interviews, Ledger commented that playing the Joker's lunacy took a toll. Violent impulses and sinister thoughts that weren't natural to Ledger apparently haunted him more over time. It's tragic in retrospect that this final courageous, immersive performance came at such a heavy cost for him. But the unique legacy Ledger left through his visceral, unforgettable Joker changed perceptions of what a comic book character could be, and conveyed his immense dedication to his artistry. Fact hit number 3. Unlike many actors, Heath never attended drama school. His raw talent and dedication to his craft drove him to succeed without any formal training. Shortly after finishing filming as the Joker in early 2008, Ledger was found dead in his New York City apartment due to an accidental prescription drug overdose. The combination of medications tragically depressed his central nervous system until it shut down at just 28 years old. His shocking loss left fans and colleagues around the world stunned. Later that year, Ledger was awarded a posthumous Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for his unforgettable turn as the Joker, a bittersweet end to his extraordinary career. His untimely death cut short the future achievements of an actor gone too soon, leaving behind a void still felt by audiences today. Ledger demonstrated limitless talent and dedication throughout his roles, gone but never forgotten. In his short, beautiful life, Ledger blazed like a brilliant flame, shining intensely across mere moments in time compared to the enduring flicker that was his promise. We can only imagine the legendary status he might have achieved had fate allowed Ledger's star to burn longer. But in his powerful performances, Ledger revealed a well of talent and vulnerability leagues beyond his youth. From his charismatic early work, to his tender, landmark role in Brokeback Mountain, to his immersive, psychologically dark finale as the Joker, Ledger followed his raw artistic intuition with courage. He gifted audiences complex, indelible characters that exposed the humanity within even the most villainous souls. None will forget Ledger's heartbreaking capacity to make emotional restraint and anguish profoundly felt. Ledger's fearless creativity reshaped perceptions of LGBTQ stories, comic book antagonists and protagonists of all kinds, by embodying their layers so fully. Though his light faded devastatingly early, Heath Ledger's beautiful legacy continues to influence cinema and culture. And that light carries on in the rising talent it has kindled. From directors he first championed to young actors striving for Ledger's honesty in their craft. Few achieve so much enduring impact in so brief a chapter. So we honour that brilliant blaze, gone too soon but burning eternal in collective memory and inspiration.